Vina loves. It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vinatainment News. For those of you who's been here from the beginning, which is not really long, the channel is fairly new. You are aware that, excluding YouTube, I have my businesses and other things that I do. So whenever you see me report a story that probably took place a few days ago, it's basically me catching up. Just because it's a few days ago doesn't mean I can't report it. I love about my supporters. It doesn't matter how long it's been. They still love to hear me report it because they love how unique I am. So for those of you who rock with me, thank you so much for the love and support. So I've been talking about Married to Medicine for a while through the off season, and the most recent situation is between Quad and her soon-to-be ex-husband. As most of you are aware, Quad filed for divorce. I did talk about it in a few episodes ago. She filed for divorce, and then Gregg answered by accusing her of taking things from their marital home and saying that they were furnitures that he already purchased before they got married and she needs to return it. Well, Quad did file for, in her filing, she asked for spousal support. She basically asked for a restraining order, and asked for more things as far as preventing him from harassing her, stalking her, talking about her in the public in a negative way and all of that, okay? So he fired back recently, filing for spousal support as well. So basically they have this back and forth going on. I'm going to get back to his recent filing, and talk more about it. But I do want to talk about the last video I posted. Now, I've said this over and over again. I'm not here for Quad. However, it doesn't matter if I'm here for someone or not. Fair is fair. Okay. Now, how many times do I have to put this mugshot up? How many times do I have to say, and there's nothing funny about the situation, but how many times do I have to say these two were arrested for a domestic dispute against each other? Quad and Gregg had a toxic relationship before they got married. The notion that they were going to snap their fingers once they had a kid and everything would have been perfect is so absurd to me. I'm reading the comments from that video, and listen, man, this is an open forum. This is not bashing anyone. Be free, leave your comments, whatever. I like that. I'm here for it. I'm not shocked, but it's just like, wow, women, the amount of hate that women are sending her way. We watched the same show, right? Gregg is not a saint. He is not a saint. He was rude, mean, disgusting. She was rude, mean, disgusting to him as well. They were both petty. The fact that women who go and march for equal rights and all of these things will encourage another woman to just lay there and open her legs like her body is an object to pop out some kid that she didn't want because of their issue, as if popping out a kid was going to cure the problem. I was going to put some of the comments on the screen, but no, that's going to make it look like I'm calling people out. And that's not what we do here. This is an open forum. And I'm not coming for anyone, but I'm just saying, wow. We march for equal rights and want to come for people. But in this social media day and age, like women, we are so hard on each other. The fact that people are completely, now the ones who are saying, marriages go through ups and downs, and we were hoping they could work through their issues. He wanted a child, she didn't. I understand that part, but the people who are completely dismissing his behavior and behaving like he was this angel and Quad is the gold-digging mess that did not want a kid and led him on. It's like, did we watch the same show? And now I see why there are so many broken homes and issues. I shouldn't say I'm shocked, but wow, calling this girl every name in the book and putting him on a pedestal like he was just perfect. All this man ever wanted was a child, and Quad couldn't do that. She used him for a come up, and then I understand that part about, okay, let's just say she used him, whatever. But the kid part, for you guys to just think this lady should just lay there and pop out a kid for a man who was emotionally abusive to her, and to bring a kid in such a toxic environment where both of them were petty and toxic, that part I would never agree with. Ladies, some of us have to do better. The goal to that video that listed Gregg, filed against Quad for taking his furniture. And read some of the comments, and wow. The furniture thing is his property. I get it. I wasn't saying in that video he shouldn't be upset. I was just saying, if you go back and listen, I said over and over again, he could easily go and buy new ones, right? They were sentimental. You don't know who gave it to him, why it's so important. But I'm just saying, if he can go to court, file, and do all of this over a furniture, imagine what would have happened if they had a child. That's what I kept saying over and over again. I never said that he's not supposed to get his furniture back. But for those of you who are completely dismissing everything he's done and behaving like he's an angel and this girl is just supposed to lay down and pop out his kid, and the reason why she didn't do it, she wanted her dogs and she's a gold digger and all that stuff. Guys, yeah, do better, man, because I wouldn't encourage anyone. They're fighting against each other and all this stuff right now. Imagine what would have happened if a kid, for people to think, after everything some of you have witnessed, the thing getting pregnant is going to change someone. No. If there's anything else I applaud Quad for, I applaud her for not bringing a child into a toxic environment. I applaud her for that. But anyways, let's go back to this new filing. I just had to talk about the comments that I was reading. Like, what the heck? But anyways, Gregg and Quad been married since July 28, 2012. And basically, Gregg listed that the marriage is irretrievably broken. And he also said that he never cheated on his wife throughout their 6-year marriage. In the document, it reads, and I quote, "Respondent further denies that he is guilty of adultery committed after the marriage between the parties. Respondent is entitled to an award of periodic and rehabilitative spousal support." Okay, so he filed for spousal support, and and it said that basically he's entitled to that. So we shall see. Now, I don't know if Married to Medicine is different from the Real Housewives of Atlanta as far as the pay goes, because I know on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the wives are compensated, the husbands are not, but the wives, break off the husbands, give them a percentage because they, supported and invested in their storyline. I don't know if Married to Medicine is the same way, where the wives get paid and the husbands are just there as a support. And of course, as a wife, it's one household, so your money, my money, and all of that. So I'm sure they still share, the money they get from the show equally. But Quad right now makes $700 or probably more. This is just an estimate. Yearly, $700,000 yearly. With her other jobs, Sister Circle, and she have a little cooking thing that she does. She have a book coming out. She have her pet line and all of that. I'm sure she's making probably $1 million, a little over that a year. But with such an income, she's currently making more than Gregg, who before all of her success, of course, made more than her. So now that he's requesting spousal support, there's a possibility that he might get it because of her income, because she's also requesting it
but she currently, makes more than him annually. So we shall see how that's going to play out. And I will, of course, be back with an update once we, get word on that and a conclusion of the case. But I'm sure everything is being documented on Married to Medicine. So, we shall see. Just go ahead. I'm going to put the link in the description below to the video of Quad talking about, filing for divorce and all of that, so you guys can watch that as well.
And Quad, however, did break her silence. Quad broke her silence, and on her show, she basically told her girls and sister circle, I talked a little about me filing for divorce and me choosing not to be in a state of depression and choosing to be a victor. She told her girls on Sister Circle, a lot of times we put ourselves in suffrage and bondage. For what? Because we feel that we need to be loyal to this person or situation, even though it's not right. I just chose to not fall victim to that. Listen, come up or not, money or not, whatever the case might be, the relationship, should I say the word again, was toxic. And I wouldn't advise anyone to stay in such situation. All right?
Quad hopped in a comment to make sure she let people know that the ring she was wearing wasn't her wedding ring and that she's completely done. And so go ahead and read these comments right here. And she's, posting pictures with messages and basically saying that, she's moving on and the storm and all of that. So, go ahead and read that as well. Now, in an interview, Quad did say, I desperately would love one day to have at least one child, max being 2. She also said that, but it would be unfair for me to bring a child into this world in a household where we're not seeing eye to eye. And that's what I've been saying. I completely understand, like I said, and do not disagree with the people who are talking about she wanted to come up and, the story Mariah explained and, her basically coming up in the medical, environment and meeting Dr. G and getting married and all of that. And now she's where she wanted to be and, she's moving on. I understand that part, Everyone can speak on that part. I'm not arguing that part down because you never know. But the part, I'm repeating myself, I'm sounding repetitive, but it's okay. But the part where people are completely behaving like if this girl had lied down and had a baby in that marriage, all of the problems we have automatically go away. Oh, you know what? She don't want a kid. She just should have lied down, got pregnant, and gave the man his child. Who does that? Like a kid is just like a pawn. And then for people who are talking about a gold digging thing, I'm not arguing that down either. But isn't it the opposite? Sometimes don't women go ahead and have kids and basically the line that 50 Cent rap, have a baby by me, be a millionaire? Isn't that what normally happens when these blog pages post about someone getting pregnant by a celebrity? What is the top comment? Bag secured. So isn't that what normally happens? You want to keep child support coming and want to be financially stable, then you go ahead and you meet a baller or you meet someone and you start having all of these babies. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
So, yeah, I'm wishing Gregg and Quad the best, man. This is crazy. This is so crazy. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here, my Vina loves. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.